How many waves must we make? Just how much noise until we scare away the fear of stopping to sit still to listen to ourselves? Beautiful as well deep. My favorite line among all was sit still to listen to ourselves, which also have a bitter truth hidden, which says scary waves and fear of stopping just to listen to ourselves. Many of us will think that it is even important or necessary just to sit still and do nothing. All to do is listen to our own thought. Isn't it a waste of time? But I'm telling you honestly that it is the most important thing to do. So, with this thought of mind, I welcome you back to the second episode of the Buddha series. As the title says, Reform Indian Society. Buddha has played a vital role in reforming our society, especially in the field of art, architecture, and education. As we all know that Buddha was an ordinary common man who believed in practicality and also made sure that all his followers follow the path of practicality, live a simple life, and believe in karma. He also followed the path of non-violence and also taught tolerance to the Indian society. Sadly, Buddha and his teachings started to decline in the Indian society by the late 3rd and 4th century. Okay, let's take a break. It's raining there. It's cloudy there. I think in that region it will rain after an hour or so. Hold on a second. There also we can see some of the clouds. So that region is okay. It will rain I think by the evening. But look here, I don't know what the hell is going on. It's so much hot. There is no cloud, and because it's raining in some part somewhere in the mountains, so it's so much humidity here that you cannot sit continuously in one single place to paint something or to do some sort of work. But I'll show you something which is very pretty. Look at that shine. It's looking so beautiful. That shine will probably make me crazy, but I have to go a long way, like it is taking so much time, but yeah, I have to work. And look at the mirror image. It's driving me crazy, but it's driving me crazy not because of the mirror image, but because of this stupid humidity. It's so much sweat and oil, and it's so irritating. But yeah, I must say, because of the new setup I did in my room, this is looking fantastic. I have not imagined that there will be two Amba in a single frame. I think you might also have not imagined, two things going like that. Now I must stop here because I think I have said a lot of things that make no sense. And I think I've been bullshitting for a minute or so, so let's come straight to the point. And my point is impact of Buddhism and how Buddha tried to make things simpler, because there was a lot of issues going on with the Vedas and also the Varna Pratha was in practice. So he tried to reform our Indian society, and he also made sure instead of people following the path of caste system and having a stereotypic state of mentality, people should follow the path of karma and become more practical in their lives. First and the most important thing about Buddhism and Buddha's teaching was he never wanted to start a religion. But eventually, when his followers started preaching his teachings, so Buddha, in a very simple way, gave the path to a very simple religion which exclude all the complexities and the rituals. Nextly, the Sangh that he formed had a very unique mentality, as they were open for all, for every caste or creed. So, this made Buddhism flourish more in India and also helped Indian society to think differently. Thirdly, the path of practicality played a very crucial role in reforming the society. For example, let me share a story with you of Lady Kisa Gautami. So, Kisa Gautami was a wife of a very wealthy man, and her story is one of the most famous ones in Buddhism. After losing her only child, Kisa Gautami became desperate and asked if anyone could help her. Her sorrow was so great that many thought she had lost her mind. An old man told her to see Buddha. After meeting Buddha, he told her that he could bring her child back to life if she could find a mustard seed from a family where nobody had died. So she desperately went from house to house. But to her disappointment, she could not find a house that had not suffered from death of a family member. Finally, the realization struck her that there is no house free from mortality. So she returned to Buddha, who comforted her and preached her the truth. She was awakened and entered the first stage of enlightenment. Look at the pretty faces. They are looking beautiful today, obviously because they took a bath today. And look at the pretty view. It's just after the rainfall and it's so good. There is no humidity, there is no warmth, it's just beautiful. And there is still some rain in the mountain region, but it's not raining here. I wish it would, but yeah, the weather is really beautiful. So I'm blaming the weather for not working the day. I was sleeping and roaming and eating the whole day, and I just wasted my time the entire day. The weather was really nice, it was so pleasant. I should have worked, but I haven't not. So now it's really night and I have to work because I have to complete this picture anyhow by the end of this video, but I don't think that I will be able because there's suspense waiting. So stay tuned. Now, coming to the most important and my personal favorite part, and that was building the architecture of India and also bringing new art forms to Indian society. So, before moving forward, let me introduce you to the two terms that I will be discussing in the further conversation. The first one are the chaityas. So, the chaityas were the prayer halls that were constructed by cutting the mountain, and these were gifted to Buddha by the great kings. Second ones were the viharas, the place of residence which were only built for the monks, and these were also constructed by cutting the mountains. Now comes an important information to share with you guys, and that is these viharas were more constructed in the central India, which means the area of Bihar. So the name Bihar has been derived from the word vihar. So vihar, which means a place of residence. So this was a proof that Buddhism flourished more in the state of Bihar. So let me zoom in for you. So these were looking very beautiful because they were running very fast and it was so elegant to see. I should have made a time lapse and should have uploaded, but I don't know what was going in my head. I simply recorded it like this. So I'm not that fond of rain, but I love the weather when it stops raining. So the weather just after the last raindrop falls, it's just so clear, so refreshing, and I live on the foothills of mountains, so the view and the way the mountains look is just so mesmerizing and so beautiful. But this guy, he loves rain, he loves water. There is no rain that have ever come in which he have not taken a bath. Like if it's raining for 6 days, he'll be there for 6 days, he'll be standing and running and sleeping in that rain. So he loves rain. I don't know why the hell he loves that much, but he loves it a lot. Time to travel, because traveling is necessity of life. It is the most important thing to do. It's as refreshing as a mint. So you need a mint in life and have a good feeling while exploring. So we visited two places. One was a Shiva temple where we did Parthi Puja because it's Sawan ka Mahina and we Hindu believes in Shiva a lot, and Parthi Puja is the necessity to do in Sawan and also in Magh ka Mahina. So next was the Ghoda Khal. We visited the temple here, and Ghoda Khal is quite famous, not quite famous, it's very famous for Sainik school. So a lot of student attempt for competition, but handful of them get selected. So when I visited this temple, I was thinking that it might be very small, but when I entered slowly and slowly inside, it was like so big. It was so ventilated, and the view from here was so beautiful. And important thing to notice, I don't know whether you noticed it or not, but let me inform you, there were so many bells. There were big bells, there were very big bells, there were small tiny little bells also. So I don't know exactly for what they were there, but yeah, they were there. Let me show you the famous Ghodakhal school. This is the entrance. We were not allowed to go inside because it was a ban for outsiders, but look, it was so beautiful. This is the entrance gate, and this was some sort of craft that were displayed in the entrance. And the view that I was talking about was this. I don't know, it's not looking that great in the camera, but when you see it with your eyes, oh my god. And most importantly, that area that I showed you, this is the complete Bhimtal. So from the top here we can see the entire Bhimtal area, and the tiny little caps of Graphic Era Institute, which is in Bhimtal, were also visible. It cannot be captured from the camera because I don't have that much great camera, it's just a mobile camera. But yeah, that was looking really beautiful. I'll show you the pictures that I've captured during the trip, and it was so beautiful. Back to home, continuing with the topic, and the topic where I left was architecture, and now I'm starting with art. So art flourished most during the Buddha period because people started believing Buddha as god. So it developed the idea of idol worshipping or leading to image worshipping also, which lead to the establishment of Gandhar school, Mathura school, and also the Amravati school. Buddhism also helped in opening of the 5 Mahaviharas, the biggest learning centers in India. First one and the most famous one was the Nalanda University. So there were more than 10,000 students and 1 lakh manuscripts in the Nalanda University before it was burned. Development of Pali and Sanskrit literature took place during the time period of Buddhism and became the hub of learning for foreign students, as they come here to study and used to take our learning and culture back with them, which helped India in cultural diplomacy. Simply means India left a soft power in the countries where the Buddhism traveled. For example, Thailand, Cambodia, Korea, Sri Lanka, and China. Time to open the secret. So this painting is dried up completely, but it is little bit rough because while drying and also because of the linseed oil, lot of dirt particle have stuck to it, and also the tiny little hairs of my dog that falls because it's their shedding season. So there is so much of hair, white thing, white threads. You can see it's visible. I think you have seen. If not, then pause the video and see it again. Now coming to this one is incomplete and will remain incomplete for this video because I have broken my linseed bottle, but I have to do lot in the background, in the shrug, in the chakra. I have to do some mandal art there, and also I have to paint the neck area properly, and the fire, and lot to go with the painting. But what to do, I did something really stupid. Now I cannot help. One more thing, I have used an ice cream box to keep my oil paints, but surely I'm going to recreate it and I'll post it in YouTube shorts. Till then, bye, see ya.